Good morning, children. In today's session, we're going to have a quick recap of what we have learned yesterday, and let's continue with the site of photosynthesis. Now, what did we learn in the previous classes? Can you recollect? Okay, let me remind you what we have learned. Okay, we have learned the term nutrition. Nutrition is nothing but acquiring food and its utilization. Next, we have learned the various kinds of nutrition. Basically, we have two kinds of nutrition. What is the first one? Yeah, autotrophic nutrition. And the other one? Heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophs prepare their own food. For example, green plants. And what about heterotrophs? Do you remember? Heterotrophs directly or indirectly depend on green plants. And under heterotrophs, we have the various kinds like parasitic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, symbiotic nutrition, and insectivorous nutrition. Okay. Now, in the other class, we have learned how photosynthesis takes place. What is photosynthesis, children? Green plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay. The solar energy is converted into the chemical energy present in the food by this process. The solar energy is converted into chemical energy present in the food by the process of photosynthesis. And what do we need for photosynthesis? I told you four things. Do you remember four things? Carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. And of course, with all these four, we need a suitable temperature for photosynthesis. Now, what are the products that we get in photosynthesis? Glucose and oxygen. Glucose is stored in the form of starch in various parts of the plant. And what about oxygen? It is released into the air. Okay, that's all we have learned in our previous classes. Now, in today's class, we are going to learn about where actually this photosynthesis takes place. Photosynthesis takes place in all the green parts of the plant. Children, I told you photosynthesis takes place in all the green parts of the plant. Now you tell me which part of the plant is green in color? Yes, the leaf. The leaf is green in color. So leaves are called the food factories of the plant. They are called the food factories of the plant. Now not only the leaves, children, the young tender stems, they are also green in color. And also the vegetables, some vegetables are green in color. They too can perform the process of photosynthesis. And also see some algae also can photosynthesize. Children, do you know algae? What is algae? Yes. See, I'll tell you what is algae. Now look at the area where your dhobi is washing clothes. You can observe some slimy green layer on the floor or on the walls, adjacent walls. You can see some green color layer. That is algae. Algae can also prepare its own food. It can also photosynthesize since it is green in color. Okay, now let's come to the leaf, children. On the leaf, you have tiny pores. These pores you can observe very clearly under the microscope. See, these pores when you observe it under the microscope, you can see it this way. So this pore is called stoma. It is called stoma. It is singular. And many pores together are called stomata. Singular is stoma, plural is stomata. Okay, children, this stoma is guarded on both the sides by bean-shaped cells called the guard cells. Bean-shaped or kidney-shaped cells called the guard cells. Now, under the microscope, you can see the guard cells very clearly. The reason is the guard cells have plenty of chloroplasts in them. Now, what are these chloroplasts? I told you these are the chloroplasts present in the cells, and they contain a green pigment called chlorophyll. These guard cells have plenty of chloroplasts, so they appear darker, and also they have very thick walls. They have thick walls. Because of these two reasons, you can see them very clearly under the microscope. Now these guard cells are surrounded by cells called epidermal cells. What are these cells called? Epidermal cells. Okay children, what is the purpose of this stoma? Now this stoma absorbs carbon dioxide from the air or oxygen from the air, so it helps in gaseous exchange. So this stoma, it will help in two different processes. One is the photosynthesis, the other one is respiration. Stoma is very helpful in these two processes. Now see here children, the stoma is wide and open here. Here it is closed. Now when does it open and when does it get closed? During the daytime, when the plants absorb water from the soil, the guard cells, they get swollen. When they swell, the stoma opens up. During night time, they don't absorb much of water. So, see, look at the condition of the guard cells. They are not swollen here. So, the stoma closes. This is the open stoma and this is the closed stoma. Did you understand the functioning of the stoma, children? So, stoma is helpful in photosynthesis and respiration, and the surrounding cells are called the guard cells. Okay, children? And the surrounding cells, the cells around the guard cells are called the epidermal cells. Children, learn all the answers related to this topic. Keep yourself busy, children. Don't keep your notes pending. And learn well. Happy learning. Bye children. That's all for now. Have a nice day.